Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for coming back to listen to me ramble about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with people. Today, we're going to be looking at JLA 13 and 14. We're going to conclude the Rock of Ages story arc by Grant Morrison and Howard Porter. I decided to break these videos down in one video. it, I'm trying to hurry through, but at the same time I'm trying not to make videos that are so long. And so we're going to be doing about 2 to 3 issues at a time, so versus a whole arc, because I don't want to have you guys have to listen to a 45-minute video. So Grant Morrison, gosh, where could I start? He's so hard to describe. He uses non-linear narratives. He puts in a lot of philosophy and countercultural sort of leanings in his work. Oh, my goodness gracious. You know, uh, Grant Morrison, it's it can be really hard to understand his. He's very intense. He doesn't hold your hand. He tries to make you understand these stories, and you have to read them multiple times and study these panels intensely. It can be really hard to get him, and something that frustrates a lot of people. But once you get it, he's really enjoyable. But you really have to kind of slow down. More so, he. Even though I've always said, you got to look at the pretty pictures. With him, you really also really need to pay attention for you to really understand what's going on. There's so many articles out there just kind of based on Morrison's writing. A lot of this dude, man, sometimes it looks like he just is throwing things to see what sticks, but it really doesn't. He's really really he everything is plotted, everything is done with a purpose. So, but I won't ramble about Morrison anymore. So let's get going with the story here. So our heroes arrived on Earth, but they're in a wrong time. Here, by the way, here Aquaman does not have. It really does look like his legs are. It's behind him. He's fighting some kind of mutant octopus kind of man, but here's his legs. But if you keep staring, it does look like Aquaman's got mutated legs. So they arrived like in a future after Darkseid basically conquered Earth. So things aren't how they left. How they left things. This is a cool panel here. So, Darkseid has probably advanced the destruction of Earth. Things are just not good. You think things are bad now? Imagine if a despot and evil like Darkseid took over the Earth. So, and if you read some of the monologue here, it's kind of inner monologue. You would see some of the other things, but we're gonna try to get. And there's a lot of this. Darkseid is great 2-page splash. So we're in part 4 now. And I forgot to give you the date of this story. It's from 1997. So, Grant Morrison, like many other people, just adores that Kirby-esque thing, and he tries to bring that kind of epic into this. And here's Wonder Woman. Grant Morrison just likes building epics. Whereas I think Mark Miller, for example, he just tries to tell you a cool story, but he doesn't really build epics. But Morrison does. So they're kind of going through all these parademons. These are humans that have probably been converted or brainwashed by Darkseid. So there's another what is this? A swarm trooper? They said, and turns out that this is Kyle Rayner, the Green Lantern. So, like I said, a lot of stuff going on. So essentially, Darkseid has taken over and brought the anti-life equation. And this is the Flash, who is not doing very well. He's out of shape. Um, he has no connection to the Speed Force. But Aquaman does not lose hope. This looks like an Amazo kind of thing. So I don't know who she is. So, and then this is the Atom here, and so we've had a couple of things. For example, Superman ended up committing suicide after killing his brainwashed wife. So Batman was captured. The hero Aztec is dead. So just a lot of stuff coming on. Here you can see Superman's blue suit or his energy suit. So in this reality, he never turned back to his regular suit. Here's Dr. Fate's helmet and Robin. So this is Connor Hawk. So and Desaad is the one that captured Batman. So, but Aquaman doesn't lose hope. You know, they're gonna try to formulate a plan. So we are now in New Genesis, and New Genesis, as you know, is a bright planet, but New Genesis looks just like Apocalypse. So something terrible has happened here as well. So here he's basically saying even Metron, um, his intellect was shattered. So Darkseid has gained absolute power, and everything's crushed under Darkseid. And he's speaking with Desaad here, who's in Las Vegas. He's basically saying 60% of the planet's sentient population is now in the anti-life, but Orion is still at large, even though he doesn't have any power. And then Granny Goodness is downloaded into like a grandmother box. And Granny Goodness, who of course is merciless, so as is most of the apocalypse people. So and just kind of showing how uh, terrible Darkseid is. Here's a flower kind of trying to grow, and he comes back and he stomps on it. He just is that evil that he does this. By the way, even here, so you can see the flower, and you can see the flower. So um, this is cool. This is a part of Morrison's writing that I think is pretty creative. So and here's Desaad, and then Here comes Green Lantern and Wonder Woman. The these are pretending they're prisoners essentially. So gonna see if they can go through the front door for bringing the heroes for immediate processing. So the Atom here is traveling through like the internet lines, phone lines, but he's being attacked by these nanobots. So he shrinks even further into the quantum realm, and then it looks like he hitches a ride with them, and they report that he's in. So, um, so Aquaman suspects something. So he says, "Plan B." And so Kyle misses his ring, but he uses his gun, and they're going to fight. I love this. So it looks like it's a trap. Love the Dark Side is posters every once in a while, just reminding you how screwed up everything is. And Wonder Woman and Aquaman bust through. They yell at Desaad, tell him to turn around slowly. So they tell Desaad to turn around, but of course the Atom is with him. He says he's been with me. And then he basically, if you don't know who this is, it's Batman, of course, because Batman always wins, because why would he not? So basically, him and Desaad were in a battle, and he won. So, because why not? This is DC's problem. There's Batman and then there's everybody else. So Batman the is is the guy. So he makes that company turn. So he needs. They're all going to fight Darkseid and see if they can get him destroyed. He needs the League's help. So essentially, Darkseid is doing a bunch of bad things. So grabs his. I love how he gives him claws. Nobody else does that except Howard Porter. So he got Desaad basically there. Keep asking. He says he had him programmed into one of his little mother boxes. So, and he's been using him to contact Darkseid and you know, come up with his plan. So Batman basically they need to stop Darkseid no matter the costs. Any alternative is better than that. They're going to attack the moon first before Darkseid arrives. In Metropolis, there's a boom tube that everybody stares. And of course, Darkseid is absolutely awesome. And Granny Goodness. That's how you present the villain. And so, we are now going to go to our final. Or not our final. I'm sorry. I keep thinking it's a 5-page. It's just a 6. I do apologize. I keep thinking that it's 5 pages. So, or 5 parts. So, here we are with number 14. So So here's a bit of narration, just kind of explaining everything that's going on. We're about 15 years into the future, and we're about 12 hours away from the end of life on Earth. And the people are being the anti-life. I love the how they use it. Anti-life is good. Anti-life is freedom. So this is where the zombie factory is. The broadcasting of the anti-life is in here, and the people are being forced in there, and so they need to put an end to the broadcast to see if they can free the people that are on Earth, to see if they can fight against Darkseid. So this is essentially what the anti-life equation is. It's the loss of freedom, the loss of creativity. It it was created sort of as a stand-in of what happens, with propaganda. It's basically when people fall for stuff. So they're going to create a diversion, and so you see our two heroes here, but they're making it sound like there's more. So they start firing, and Argent is hit. That's whose name this was. Is hit with a stray blast. And so now we're in Las Vegas. So they need basically to go back, and the Mobius chair is the only way back. So they need to get it. So this boom tube is going to take them to Darkseid's fortress in Metropolis. Why is he in Metropolis? I don't know, but it's good for the story. So off we go. And they're going to be, by the way, hidden as Desaad. Oh, people begging to be punished. So Metron says that everything has been engineered as Darkseid wanted. The Philosopher's Stone was destroyed, and everything that followed. So, people being mindless. That's what he's nothing more than just a power-hungry tyrant. So he uses that anti-life equation to make people bend to his will. Darkseid basically says he took away everything. He took away their confusion for obedience, fear themselves to fear Darkseid. He liberated them from indecision, giving them one clear, straight path, one goal: to die for Darkseid. Here you can see all the destruction. Very bleak world indeed. So in Metropolis, the remaining heroes are waiting for Batman's signal. And Adam says, okay, it looks like they're in. So he yells for Amazo to jump down to get the bike here. But, oh, sorry. I got ahead of myself. That happens sometimes. So they're expecting Desaad here, but of course it's the heroes. So they begin to attack. Darkseid demands, where is Desaad? And Wonder Woman is going to fight Darkseid and Granny Goodness, but can only guarantee a few minutes here. And Batman needs them. She needs to fight alone. So I love these things. Look at this. Who uses the word theotropically? The fog has been theotropically engineered with Apocalypse technology. God bless Grant Morrison. That's awesome. So here comes Batman. Scares him. He's going to talk. Wonder Woman is ready to go, and I love this part. This part here, you'll pay for the pain you've caused. Of course, Dark says, pain is what makes us strong, and all the gods are dead, Wonder Woman. There is no god but Darkseid, so kneel now or later, but in the end you will kneel. Wow, that's good writing. Grant Morrison's an excellent writer. Don't let other people tell you otherwise. This story started with the Injustice Gang. Here we're in the future with Earth turned into apocalypse, and I mean, goodness gracious. What the heck? This dude is amazing. So, Amazo is trying to fight or help them, but he is being some corrupt computer virus because he's a computer or an AI, and so they took down a Mazo, or is it a Mazo? I don't know. But just look how much stuff is happening in one freaking issue. It's insane. So this part is really cool. So Batman tells Metron here that there is something that they know that the Metron does not, and he loves knowledge. And if he, basically here, this knowledge, this last piece of knowledge, he wants to share it with Metron. Metron says there's nothing to teach him, everything's dark side. Batman says Darkseid is a god and so is you, and there's one thing Darkseid doesn't know. And then we go back to the fight. Wonder Woman saying she'll die before bowing to him. So Metron's amused, so he tells Batman that to continue. Batman says gods don't feel. There's no concept of what it is to be human. Become flesh and blood and record what humans feel, if only for a few moments. And then he goads him, saying, of course, unless you don't have the power. He says, oh, I can easily become human. So we go back here, and the fight's not going well. I like the break between the fight and then what's going on with Metron, just kind of breaking it up here. So he goes, okay, I'm human. What am I supposed to learn? What is worthy of record? And then Batman says, well, and then he just punches him, knocking him out. Oh, Batman. He is. Now he's pumping him here with hypnotic agent and says it's quite powerful. He'll do anything you tell him. And then they need to get back into their own time and prevent Superman from destroying the Philosopher's Stone. They wish they could help, and Batman understands why they can't. So, they leave, and Batman and Wonder Woman are left alone. And Granny Goodness, Granny Goodness kills Wonder Woman, and then, or hurts her, but she jumps into Granny Goodness, destroying Granny Goodness with her dying. And then he throws a batarang, but he has a shield on him. And so Batman tells the Atom that Darkseid has the personal force field to do what he can. And here dies Wonder Woman, unfortunately. Darkseid wonders how he overcame Desaad, and Batman says that everything that he knows, everything that he owns, he's taking it all, and to look up. So, and we're referring to the narrator who's been kind of doing all this thing, so. And then Aztec, or the new Aztec, and I forgot her name already. So Argent here, and so everybody is Everybody's surrounded. Everyone is going to die. Or it looks like everybody's going to die here. Suddenly, the factory explodes in the moon. And here's Orion. And um, Orion also has to do his part. And so Batman tells him he's all alone. And he uses his Omega effect to destroy Batman. So he says basically that it's all over for him and he's alone. Tells him that all he sees is the ugliness of people because the world was made in his image, and it just shows how ugly he really is. Angering Darkseid. So here comes Connor and the Atom, and he throws his arrow at him. Of course, it hits his force field, but it has a flash of light, and in those photons of light, the Atom went in. And so he's inside Darkseid's brain, and the Atom fires, killing Darkseid or stopping him, one of the. And the Black Racer has arrived. He's another one of the new gods, but he's been the narrator. So the Black Racer is essentially death. So he has created a ultimate weapon here, Orion has. It's called the Genesis Box, and it's basically going to destroy the universe and remake it, but without Darkseid. So, and basically it ends here with the universe, this version, this alternate timeline resetting itself without Darkseid. And we now turn the clock back 15 years, where Superman and the League has seemingly beat the Injustice Society. And he's got the Philosopher's Stone here. Love this with the look. And Superman is like, Batman tells him it's thought controlled and he won't get to use it. So he starts to crush it. And we end our story. So we're going to go ahead and end it. We're going to do the final part. So I'm sorry that these videos kind of run long with the JLA, but Grant Morrison really packs a punch. Just so much stuff in there. So like and subscribe. Thanks for listening.